Hi, this is Andrea Schulman again, and in today's quick Law of Attraction video, I'm going to do a review for you on The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. It's been a while since I did a book review, and so this is a very popular Law of Attraction book. And so in this quick video, I wanted to share with you my take on it so you know whether or not it's a good one for you to either read or listen to via audiobook. Now, if you are excited to watch today's video, please do give the video a thumbs up right now, and be sure to let me know what you think about this video below in the comments. Also, please make sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications. Your engagement and support really does help promote my work here on this platform, and I sincerely appreciate it. All right, let's review The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. All right, now first things first, this book is an older book. It was published in 1910. And so one of the things that I'll say about this right up front is that, especially initially in the book, it's very clear that this book was written in an earlier time. And in fact, the language of this book is very different than the language you would expect to hear somebody explaining the law of attraction in today. There's no mention of the word vibration. There's no mention of quantum physics. There's not even a mention of the phrase law of attraction. That being said, this book is entirely about the law of attraction, and I actually kind of like the fact that it's used in different words because it helps you think about the concept a little bit differently. On the plus side about this book is that it is pretty short. It's a very quick read, and it's also a very quick audio program. I think the audio is only about 2 hours in total. So it's definitely something you could read or listen to within the course of the day if you wanted to. Additionally, because this book is older, it is now in the public domain, which essentially means you can now republish it for free. So you can find it for free. There are plenty of free PDFs out there of this book, and there's plenty of free audio recordings of it as well. But as for whether or not this is a valuable addition to your law of attraction education, I would go ahead and say yes. And the reason why is that I recently picked up this book again. It was actually one of the very first law of attraction books I picked up. I want to say it's within the first 3 or 4 books that I read when I started learning about the law of attraction. And when I learned about this law of attraction, I really got going. I started learning a lot of stuff very quickly. So to say that this is in the first 3 or 4 books that I read means like this was the first month or so I got going with the law of attraction. I read this book and I really loved it. I really loved it. But I read it and I put it down. And I did not pick it back up until about a week ago. See, thanks to all of this downtime that we've been having collectively, I've been doing a lot more reading. And I had been looking for all kinds of books, and I was thinking about books that I'd like to reread, and that one came to mind. So I picked it back up again. And this is actually why I'm creating this video for you today, because I have had a very unique ride with this book, because I've seen it right at the beginning of my journey with the law of attraction. And I can juxtapose that now with reading it 10 years later and say wholeheartedly that this book has legitimate advice. It speaks about the process of manifestation very clearly, very cleanly. It's easy to understand, and it's very direct. And so in rereading this book this past week, I was really just blown away by how fortunate I was to have run into that book very early in my journey with the law of attraction. And I knew it was a good book then. I really did enjoy it then, but I had no idea just how on the market was until I reread it this past week. Now, on the critical side of this book, because I want to make sure I inform you of what you're getting into when you pick it up, this book really requires you to just take what it's saying as truth. In fact, it goes so far to tell you that we're not going to explain this to you. We're not going to give you the metaphysical background or information of why this is the way that it works. But if you want to be abundant, if you want to be prosperous, if you want to be rich, these are the things you need to do. And so if you are very green in the law of attraction, or if you are carrying a lot of limitations, or if you're skeptical about the law of attraction, I can see that reading this book may make you like kind of look at it funny, like, well, I don't know if I really want to buy into this. But I will tell you this again. Looking back on it now and seeing everything that's manifested for me, including the job that I currently do. Wallace Wattles talks about if you need to move jobs in order to enhance your prosperity. And in looking over that section again, I was really thrown back by how exactly what he said was exactly how I manifested the kind of work that I do now. But again, if you're skeptical of the principle of the law of attraction, if you're carrying a lot of limitation, if you're not quite buying the whole manifestation thing, you may be put off a little bit by how blunt and direct it is that this is the truth. Follow it or don't follow it, we don't care. But that being said, I think it's a fantastic book for any practitioner of the law of attraction to read or to get the audio program and to listen to. And again, I picked it up when I was very green and I didn't know anything, and still gained from that book and still thought about it as something I wanted to reread this past week. Additionally, on the positive sides of this book is that it is very easy to understand. Some of the books that I've talked about before can get very verbose, they can get very technical, and they can be fantastic for enhancing your information and your database of knowledge. But you can kind of get lost in the words sometimes with some of these books. This book is not at all like that at all. It is very, very direct and straightforward. All right, so The Science of Getting Rich. Again, it was published in 1910 by Wallace Wattles. I highly recommend it. Again, it's free. You can find it. It's in the public domain. You can go grab it right now and go check it out. And if you have already read it, please go ahead and tell me what you think about it below in the comments. Share your experiences with this book. And also, if you have any other great law of attraction literature that you would like to share with me or with everybody here who's watching this, please go ahead and drop that below in the comments as well. All right, thanks so much for watching today's book review on The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. Again, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And also, if you are new to my work, I would love to invite you to take my Law of Attraction test. If you would like to see for yourself how your thoughts create your reality, I designed a test that you can take to test it out now. And to take that test, go ahead and look below in the description for a link. Thanks again for watching today's video, and have a great day. Bye-bye.